I've always been a believer in not moaning and not complaining. If something needs to be done, then really you should get on and do it. My name is Russ Timpson. I'm an active member of the East Kent Coast Liberal Democrats, so I'll be standing in the 2015 general election. I left school at 16 and went into the Royal Navy. I got married and decided that I didn't want to be in the Navy and be married, so I left and I joined the Kent Fire Service. I served in 2 or 3 fire stations around Kent, went back to school and got my degree as a mature student, and then went into industry, working for Virgin Atlantic Airline and then with BAA, the airport operator. And when I was around about 40, I decided that I wanted to have a go at running my own business, so then I left and set up my own company. I've lived in Kent now for close on 38 years. The local area has so much potential. It's often overlooked because we're quite close to London, but I think if you combine that we've got a fantastic coastline, we've got a beautiful countryside, we've got so much going for us, then I think that really it should be a lot better than it is. We need to make beach at Ramsgate and the harbour a desirable destination, and that means providing facilities, it means providing leisure centres and activities and desirable housing so that people really want to come to that harbour. Pleasure Armour Beach has been dogged by the lack of ambition of Thanet Council. The fact that Pleasure Armour Beach has laid idle now for nearly 11 years, and it's been a derelict site on one of the beautiful beaches at Ramsgate, next to Ramsgate Harbour, which is also in decline. Ramsgate would stack up against the best harbour marina destinations in the world, and I would want Pleasure Armour Beach to play its part in that. So leaving it idle and derelict is nothing short of a disgrace. Manston Airport has a great future. I think that in the past people have become too focused with passenger traffic. I think the future of Manston is in ancillary services, things like training, aircraft recycling, engineering, servicing, avionics, airframes. We can take freight, it can become a major freight hub, releasing slots at Heathrow and Gatwick, thereby answering some of that question about capacity in London for passenger traffic. I think in the past we've become fixated that there needs to be a passenger service running out of Manston, and I think the emphasis needs to be shifted. We do need to overcome this current issue of the current owner, and I think that everybody needs to take a very pragmatic view. I think we can make Thanet an avionics centre for the world, which would lead to many, many high-skilled, high-paid jobs. The selective system that is employed here in Kent for schooling is not something that I agree with. I think that how children go to school should be on the basis of geography, not their ability to be selected or the schools to cream off necessarily the brightest students at an arbitrary age of, say, 10 or 11. I think you should go to your local school, and the school should have the ability to cater for all educational talents that people may have, and factor into the fact that you may not necessarily flourish at 10 or 11, you may flourish at 17, 18, 19 or whatever. I think jobs has to be priority for anybody in Thanet South. We have to give people jobs so that they can earn a wage, they can then contribute to the local community, and it gets better from there on. And Thanet always has a bit of a bad press, so I think the jobs, the image, the perception of Thanet is one that needs to be reversed. I'm standing in Thanet South because I'm motivated to make things better. Having served as a firefighter in Thanet and seen the level of deprivation in some areas of Thanet and the decline that there's been over a period of time, I think that good people have to stand up and be counted and actually make a difference, and not just moan about it and complain about those that are supposed to be leading us out of these challenges. And having watched from the sidelines for the last 2 or 3 years as Thanet seems to have sunk lower and lower, I just felt that it's time that good people need to stand up and be counted, and it reaches a point where you have to stop moaning and complaining and you have to actually try and contribute.